the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Detroit Pistons as they go up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. A lot of W's recently for this Oklahoma City team. They've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. And tonight, we get to see one of the faces of the NBA, Blake Griffin. He's battled a number of injuries, but Kenny, he's still one of the league's better power forwards.
He gives you a lot of things, Ernie, and I really believe if he didn't get injured early on, he would have been higher in the MVP voting last year. Terrific passer, tries to improve his range every season, now shooting threes.
Kenny, what are you talking about? Everybody gets injured. Let's just talk about how he adds a physical presence. You know, it's too bad him and Chris Paul could never reach the finals together.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that.
Me either.
You don't want to argue.
That does it for us. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Knock you out.
Mama said.
And now introducing your Detroit Pistons. Starting at small forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 25, Reggie Bullock. At shooting guard, standing 6'5", number 5, Luke Kennard. The other guard, at 6'3" number 1, Reggie Jackson. The other forward, 6 feet 10 inches, number 23, Blake Griffin. The center at 6'11" out of UConn, having big fun around the rim. This is Andre Drummond. Your head coach is Dwayne Casey. Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. And for the Detroit Pistons, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Golden State Warriors. And boy, they really got humiliated at home. They got flat-out dominated in that game, guys.
Yeah, and some of that loss was due to a lack of hustle, especially on the defensive end.
And there are games where an opponent gets aggressive. You got to raise your level of play. They failed to do that in this one.
And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Robertson and George fill out the wings. And it's Westbrook in at the point. Here's Robertson. 6 on the shot clock. From 10 feet out, rebound, Detroit. Andre Drummond in his mid-20s. He's led the league in rebounding 3 consecutive seasons. And Greg, last season was his best one yet.
Really, I think, established himself as a franchise player for the Pistons. They'll go as far as he can take them. At the same time, though, I think the acquisition of Blake Griffin will only help to mature his game.
Robertson kicks to George. Grant with the ball. And Griffin picks him up defensively. Grant, that's good. Grant's got the opening bucket of the night here for Oklahoma City. Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. Dave, what'd you find out?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, we talked about how to shut down this formidable offense they're facing, and he told me it's all about following the scouting report. He said, look, we've got all this information. Which guys shoot best from what spots on the court. We just have to take that stuff away and make them make adjustments. Kevin, we'll see who handles that best tonight.
All right, David. So knowing the kind of offensive team they're up against, they're coming in with the attitude they cannot let them get comfortable early.
Yeah, that's right. On D, they've got to come out with full intensity. Start slow, and they might find themselves with a big hole to dig out of.
Seems like Coach has made that crystal clear for them tonight. He's got them ready to play some very aggressive defense in this one.
Free throw, good. Drummond. The season now starting to take shape, Brent. We have a better idea of who the real championship contenders might be.
There seem to be a lot of familiar faces, Kevin.
I agree.
Always.
But that's okay. I like that.
Yeah, I do too, because in the beginning of the year, we have to do those radio shows and make predictions. Some of our predictions are coming true, thank goodness.
I know. We look smart, don't we?
I don't know about that.
You know you look smart. I don't. You look smart. Here's George. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. George has got his first points of the night.
Really no defense for that. Paul George, a gifted scorer that right now is locked in.
To the inside, Griffin. There's the pass to Kennard. A floater outside for Jackson over Westbrook. That one off the back iron and out.
Wow, huge sigh of relief for the defense on that possession. You cannot give mid-range shooters any space like that to operate.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And here's Jackson after Paul George getting his three to go. Drummond finds Griffin. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And Griffin's such a special talent. He connects on those difficult finishes time and time again.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
One shot.
And, Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years. Their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, and I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in the season. Now, less than half that number. But the trade-off, hopefully, will be longevity and an increased skill set.
Here's Griffin. Paul George making his last shot. Outside for Jackson. Back to Griffin. There's the triple. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And it's 6 points for Blake Griffin.
Well, Blake Griffin hitting this, it's going to reset your defensive strategy. You've got to rush out to him because he can be a bit streaky from out there, and it's working.
Rebounded by Jackson. The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Shots good by Kennard.
Well, if my counting is right, they've made 4 of their first 5. That's good.
Oklahoma City trailing. Westbrook passes to Grant. He kicks it to Robertson. Westbrook against Jackson. Now here's Westbrook. Defense is right there. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. No good from Grant.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
And you look back at that 2012 finals, the Thunder lost in 5 games to the Heat. And you looked at that young talent, Durant, Westbrook, Harden, now all MVP award winners, along with Serge Ibaka, a young, talented, energetic Serge Ibaka, and it felt like there was a team that was going to rule the West for a very long time.
First free throw is good. And the Thunder trading away Harden in the summer of 2012. Brent unable to agree on a contract extension.
Well, OKC agreed on the contract. James Harden did not, and that's sort of the line in the sand that was drawn. And with the salary cap jumping up in subsequent seasons, they just had bad timing in terms of the frugality of what they offered up to James Harden. It's a decision that we talk about a lot. It's revisionist history, but at the time it was the move that OKC made, and I can't really argue with it.
Now here is George. A 26-point game for him in the win against Atlanta. Shoots over Bullock and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Jackson misses. Thunder trailing by 4. Outside Westbrook. And George kicks to Adams. Here's Robertson. The teardrop falls in. Robertson's got his first basket.
Well, I like watching Robertson get involved in the offense, especially when he gets down there. Nice soft touch down on the inside.
Inside. That shot by Griffin, no good. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. Griffin against George. Pass to Westbrook. That shot off, and it's Detroit the other way. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
Interconference showdown. You love to see clubs that don't play each other often go head-to-head.
Well, they'll meet twice this season. Tonight, the first matchup, so hard to know exactly what to expect.
Now, here's George. He's got 7, and the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. Grant against Griffin. Here's Grant. His last outing, he had 8 points. 5 on the clock. From deep, George. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
And here's Westbrook after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Grant finds Robertson. George looking over the floor, and it's George finishing it off.
Well, Paul George taking initiative tonight and going right at the defense.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
For the Pistons, Robinson comes in for Reggie Bullock, and it's Ish Smith in for Reggie Jackson. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Noel's checked in for Steven Adams. Patterson comes in for Jeremy Grant. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook.
This is confidence shown in Blake Griffin's ability to handle the rock. Nice point guard skills there.
And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
And here is Robinson. Patrick Patterson getting it to go from deep moments ago. Drummond passes to Griffin. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Yeah, this team would be in some bad shape, guys, if he wasn't scoring like this right now.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's foul number 2 for him.
A little over-aggressive. He's got to dial it back if he wants to stay on the floor. 2 fouls in the first. Tough to overcome.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Pachulia, he's checked in for Drummond. And it's John Lure in for Luke Kennard. Now here's Noel. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Felton dishes to George. Over Lure. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. 14 points for George.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Smith against Schroeder. Elbow shot is on the way. And it's Smith missing. Oklahoma City leading by 4. George double teamed. It's taken away by Smith. Taken away by Felton. Schroeder with the ball. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Robinson pulls it in. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. To the middle. Here's Griffin. Pass to Pachulia. Smith for 3. The shot, no good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. In the corner, it's Felton. Passes it to Patterson. Now here's Schroeder. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. And the 3 off target. Pistons trailed by 4. Got a piece of it. Paul George with the steal. Schroeder outside. Six to shoot. The dish to Noel. They get a hand on it. Tries yet again. He lays it in. And the Thunder lead by 6.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Now here's Lure. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
He is getting it done on the offensive end. 5 buckets through 7 shots.
Lure against George. Right side, Felton. Right through the D for the layup. Felton's got his first points of the game.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, he's one of the more popular players in the NBA in terms of fan support. They just love Blake Griffin's charisma.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
You know, when you look at his numbers this season, he's had a respectable number, 77%.
And he knocks down the first one. And for Detroit, a lot of changes, Greg, in their front office this past offseason.
A new GM and Dwayne Casey brought in to coach. Could see a drastic shift in style and approach for the Pistons moving forward.
So he gets them both. Billy Donovan has faced a tough job in Oklahoma City, Brent. Star players leaving town, some even criticizing him after they left.
The circumstances of Billy Donovan moving off of what he did at the University of Florida and making that a powerhouse Division I basketball program. It's been very interesting to have Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant to begin your career, and then pushing that team to almost beating the Golden State Warriors, losing in a Game 7 to losing Kevin Durant. Billy Donovan's seen a lot in the early part of his career. The hopes is that he continues to grow and learn. Really happy with the hire of Billy Donovan and what he brings to the table in terms of his basketball acumen.
Again, the miss by the Pistons. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. It's a 3-point game. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And you know, when everyone's working together, taking care of their roles, it just makes the game easier.
Well, they not only had the right strategy, but they were very exact in their execution. And when the coaches call in the right plays, everything just looks seamless.
Griffin's shot is off. The Thunder leading by 3. Felton feeling it out a bit. Now the pass to George. Shoots over Griffin. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
But one advantage you have with Blake Griffin playing that spot on the floor is that he can defend well both inside the post and step out and do the same on the perimeter.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Oklahoma City. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We'll return shortly. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
Yeah, so that disruption is helping out because it's leading to some easy chances on the other end.
So for Oklahoma City right now, at small forward and power forward, it's George and Patterson. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Felton. And it's Noel in at the 5, home in the paint. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
The Pistons went for it last season, bringing in Blake Griffin and trading away picks and players. Didn't work out the way they wanted, but they are determined to make a go of it. They're in a brand new building, and they hope that their moves in the future will draw fans back to the franchise. Kevin?
Good overview, David. Thank you. And Patterson kicks to George. Pass to Schroeder from deep. Rebound by the Pistons. For the 3. It's hauled in by Felton.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Now here's Bullock, defended by George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The big changes in defensive rules happened right in the middle of your playing days. How did people initially react to those?
Well, a lot of guys had 3 quick fouls, Kevin, because they're out hand checking and pushing guys around. And they say, what do you mean I can't do this anymore? I get paid to push guys around. But after a little while, obviously, guys stepping off and understanding positions on the floor where you could get away with more physical play than you can out in front with point guards, obviously, and having refs' eyes on them or down on the block.
The first free throw is good. The Thunder went into free agency with a lot of question marks, but ended having a big summer.
Able to retain Paul George, and that was the first and largest key. Getting a player like Noel for cheap was also a big help for this group. The Thunder were at a fork in the road last season, but this team now as dangerous as ever.
And so Bullock nails both of them. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Westbrook kicks to Noel. And Robertson has it in the corner. Got a hand on it.
Well, tough trying to sneak a shot past Pachulia at his size. Good instincts and tosses that one aside. The mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive and right now stringing some plays together.
Now here's Bullock. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Jackson kicks to Bullock. 6 on the shot clock. With the teardrop, he takes it up and lays it in. Bullock's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And a terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
Back to Westbrook. Here's Robertson. He's guarded by Bullock. It's blocked, and it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. So for the Pistons, Drummond's checked in for Pachulia, and it's Kennard in for Glenn Robinson III. Here's Robertson, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, these teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. Second, the Thunder.
I mean, they have really hit their stride in terms of that transition game. No doubt about it. They are playing at a great pace.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 31-point game against Atlanta. Kicks to Robertson. To the left wing. Grant gets a wide open look. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here's Kennard. He's covered by Grant. Here's Kennard. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State. 4 on the shot clock. Over Grant. And that misses everything. The Thunder with the lead. Here's Robertson. Pass to Noel. Back to Robertson. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
You want to push Robertson further away from the basket. Inside, yeah, he's capable of scoring.
Kennard kicks to Lewis. Pistons passing it around. Pistons keep it alive. Passes it to Drummond. Shoots over Adams, and it's Drummond missing. The Thunder leading by 3. Grant surveying the D. Back to Noel, and slam dunk by Noel.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Now here's Jackson. The rebound by Steven Adams.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And here is Grant. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Jeremy Grant out of Syracuse, the rare second-round pick, Brent, who's gotten steady NBA minutes throughout his young career.
Yeah, interesting minutes last year in OKC, where he started to make a big difference, actually playing off the bench at the 5 spot and taking advantage with his quickness and athleticism on the roll. I look at a vet like Richard Mbamute, an elite defender, as a guy he might be able to emulate, but more so from the 5 position.
Shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Jeremy Grant just has such a great combination of athleticism and explosiveness. It's up to him to find familiar spots on the floor and do a good job of playing off his teammates to make an impact on every game that he plays.
He's off on the second. Brent, we're seeing a number of superstars sign shorter contracts with early opt-outs. Why have we seen that trend?
Well, I think in some of those cases, the players are knowing that the opportunity for a larger cap in the successive years. They want the opportunity to maximize their earning potential. So seeing a Kevin Durant or a LeBron James sign a one-year deal or a 1+1, it gives them the opportunity to cash in a year later for the type of contract that they deserve, the maximum contract allowable.
So it's the Pistons now, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Up it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Kennard. The Thunder have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Robertson finds Adams. Now Westbrook, providing around 26.5 points a game, rarely has an off night. Grant down low. He's guarded by Bullock. Offensive rebound, Adams. And Adams with the slam.
You know, a big guy with a motor is such a luxury in this league. Adams right there showing up big on the offensive glass, and then he converts.
Now here's Jackson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense.
A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. On Wednesday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Friday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And for the matchup with the Sixers, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
The free throw drops for Grant. And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jerian also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great bounce. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Now here's Drummond. Knocked away. The pass to Kennard. Over Westbrook. Misses off the left iron.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Well, Westbrook draws so much attention, so takes advantage there, finds a teammate.
Pistons trail by 10. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in. Drummond in the post. Adams on him. And Adams sends it back.
Adams is a decent shot blocker, but relies on his position mostly, that time in the right spot.
Come get it, come get it.
Here's Robertson. Schroeder outside. Inside. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Look at Milwaukee. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, Detroit just way behind.
And checking out Detroit, nobody was calling on them to kind of set the world on fire. But even those modest expectations have yet to be realized.
Yep, any glimmers of hope that may have been there early for them have all just disappeared at this point. It's looking more and more like a season that will not end well for this team.
And not afraid to say it. If Drummond isn't the best rebounder in the NBA, he's got to be in the top 3. That goes for both ends of the floor. Just no way to hold him in check on the board.
Now here's Westbrook. From outside, off the mark. Westbrook against Jackson. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
Yeah, he has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
Now here's Adams. And Griffin sends it back.
So Griffin using the vertical on defense. That's a scary thought.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And this is why Blake Griffin appears on your highlight reel on a nightly basis. Loves rising up for the alley-oop.
Bounce pass from Westbrook. Pass to Grant. Shoots. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And it's Bullock missing.
Right now, he's just out of sync. A lot of shots rimming out, and he's got to try to find something different.
Pass to Adams. Back to Robertson. Grant kicks it over to Schroeder. Shoots over Griffin. And it's Schroeder missing.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
A nice shot by Griffin.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
So for the Pistons, Pachulia, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Robinson comes in for Reggie Bullock. And Smith subbed in for Jackson. The Thunder also changing it up. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Jeremy Grant. Paul George comes in for Andre Robertson. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. Now here's Adams. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. In the corner, it's Patterson. That's short off the rim. Detroit with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Here's Robinson, and Robinson throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now here's Schroeder. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. And it goes down 2 points.
Well, on that kind of move, Paul George is such a great scorer. He can stay in control even at full speed.
Smith up top. He's guarded by Schroeder. Pachulia against Adams. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Griffin.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court. He gets it in the paint. That just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far.
The first one falls.
Well, we've seen Pachulia throughout his career be a very capable role player for some very good teams. He's out there to hustle, play D, be physical, and grab rebounds.
And Pachulia drops them both.
Looking comfortable there from the line. Knows he needs to come through for his team at the charity stripe.
Schroeder kicks to Patterson. Oklahoma City moving it around.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Pass to Kennard. There's 25 seconds left in the first half of the game. George against Robinson. Shoots over Adams. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Schroeder, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, you got to be careful with Schroeder. He's explosive, and he's good at finding his way to the line because he uses that quickness well.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning quick point guard.
Schroeder hits them both.
Well, he talks so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
Paul George with the steal. Up in time. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Thunder out in front, up by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, you guys have gotten defense into offense. How do you keep that going?
Push the ball. We always want to push the ball. It has to stop. But again, we got to make good decisions. We don't want to come down and give it right back to them and let them run it down our throats to the other end. Run the ball, wings get out and run, pass it ahead, but then make good decisions and attack the basket.
Dwayne, good luck the rest of the way. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 16 points, 2 steals, and 2 assists. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave them a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the 3, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the 3 ball. Way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Welcome back, everyone. The lights of Motown reflecting brightly off the Detroit River. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
And through the first 2 quarters, they went to him repeatedly in the post, and boy, did he deliver.
Yeah, I like his patience down there. He's combined some good footwork with even better moves surrounding that. So we'll see if the defense can counter in the second half. Maybe some double teams.
Pistons trail by 4. The big men are Griffin and Drummond. Ish Smith is out there with Jackson, and it's Bullock in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Detroit right now. And there's the pass to Jackson. Clock at 6. Dishes it to Griffin. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams.
And a quick check of the stats for Drummond. Some impressive play from him over the last month. He's averaging 6 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
I feel like those rebounds are wearing down and eroding the opponent. His effort right now, physically and mentally, has been good.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for Oklahoma City. They've led by as much as 10. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
A little tit-for-tat action going on the back-to-back trades.
Yeah, a little gamesmanship from range could force both defenses to maybe extend out a little further.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. Pistons trail by 4. Here's Kennard. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Steven Adams picks one up.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
2.
For Detroit, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. And George kicks to Grant. Out to the right wing. Jackson against Westbrook. 5 on the clock. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
So interesting with Russell Westbrook, never really touted or championed growing up, but if you go to UCLA, you have to be halfway decent, don't you, Kevin? 5'8" stick figure back in high school and came off the bench his freshman year at UCLA, and I just don't think anybody saw what was coming out of Russell Westbrook, but we're appreciating it now.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And you heard the story. Westbrook showed up for a basketball camp in Atlanta. His name wasn't on the list. He had to sit in the lobby for 4 hours before they let him in.
That story is hard to believe. Obviously not a blue chip recruit, and I don't think that Russell Westbrook ever thought about seeing himself in the NBA at any point. Was just hoping to get a scholarship. And that second season at UCLA opened up some eyes about just how athletic and explosive he could be. Here we are today.
Here's Kennard. Jackson from long range. Kept alive. Here's Drummond. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Steven Adams picks one up.
Yeah, I don't know if any big man has the combination of strength, speed, and hops that Drummond has, not to mention his length, an unreal physical specimen.
You know, it's so rare to see a player who really struggles at the free throw line dramatically improve their free throw percentage. But that's exactly what Andre Drummond did last season, taking it from the 30s.
Take a break.
How about up into the 60s?
2 shots.
And he makes the first. And 60% of the free throw line, below average for an NBA player. But for Drummond, it changes everything.
I mean, opposing teams much less likely to use that hack-a-shack method. That keeps him on the floor and, more importantly, allows him to be aggressive offensively and just attack the rim.
And both free throws good for Drummond. The Thunder with the lead. Westbrook kicks to Grant. And Robertson has it in the corner. Oklahoma City moving it around. Outside, George. Adams. Rebounded by the Pistons. Drummond's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Bullock, good. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Griffin with the steal. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, the athleticism of Blake Griffin poses many problems for the defense. Can't fault them for hacking him there.
He's made all 3 of his free throws so far.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. And he was one of many big names in free agency this past summer. Paul George, a huge part of that. But, you know, Greg, he didn't take long to make his decision.
Many expected George to maybe jump to the Lakers. Had been saying it was his dream to play in L.A. for over a year. But credit Westbrook and the Thunder. They won him over. He was one of the first signings in free agency to re-up with OKC.
Outside Griffin. Pass to Kennard. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Kennard's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, that's the kind of passing that opens up the eyes to Blake Griffin's overall talent.
For 3, Westbrook. Kennard with the rebound. Kennard's got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's Bullock missing.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And it's George missing. The Pistons leading. Pass to Kennard. To the paint. Griffin against Grant. Some solid defense from Grant. And so Westbrook will bring it up for Oklahoma City. Over Jackson. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Blake Griffin. Nerlens Noel checks in for Steven Adams. Blake Griffin hits them both. And it's the Thunder with the ball, trailing by 4.
Timeout.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Lewis checked in for the Pistons.
And a moment here to check out the stats for George. He's putting up about 28 points a game, over 2.5 steals and 6 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
Now here's Jackson. He's had his share of big nights at the offensive end, that's for sure. His scoring average is at 18 points a game.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
And George kicks to Noel. He dishes it to Robertson. A steal. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, and Reggie Jackson, a really solid first season and a half in Detroit, but the last 2 seasons, injuries have really held him back.
And the first one drops. And Reggie Jackson in 2016-17 battling knee tendonitis. Last season, Greg, a severe right ankle sprain.
I mean, he's so important in terms of his impact for the Pistons. An athletic, physical player. When he's right, he can be a difference maker on both ends.
Now, here's Grant. He's got 8. Here's Robertson, and stolen by Drummond. Jackson with it. Over Westbrook. Off the left rim and out.
He has to be frustrated out there right now. His teammates are really picking up the slack for a lackluster offensive night.
Looking to end the run. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from George.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
Here's Kennard. 10 points for him. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots over Grant, and again it's the Pistons missing.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
PG showing that's a signature dunk from him.
Detroit leading by 4. Here's Kennard. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Jackson. Gets the front of the rim and out. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Outside, George. No good from outside.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Down low. Stolen by Westbrook. And now a fast break for the Thunder. George, that's a 2-pointer. Again, the Thunder score.
Now, Paul George ready to shoot as soon as he caught it. Quick release there.
And Drummond kicks to Bullock. Outside Jackson. Back to Bullock. Clock at 6. Passes it to Lewis. There's Jackson with the 3. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You take a look at the Warriors. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, Oklahoma City, 5.5 games behind.
And I think for Oklahoma City, they've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season. But they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought they might.
They still had enough players take positive steps forward to call this season a success. Maybe they're not at the top of the standings where they'd hope they'd be, but they're in really good position in terms of the playoff picture.
So for the Pistons, Pachulia, he's checked in for Drummond. And Robinson III comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Ish Smith in for Reggie Jackson. Then for the Thunder, Patterson, he's checked in for Grant. Felton comes in for Andre Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Kennard. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. Kennard kicks to Lewis. Shoots over Patterson. That one a little long.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The shot by George, no good. The Pistons shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Smith dishes to Pachulia. Back to Smith. Pistons passing it around. Smith on the wing. The pass to Lewis. Here's Kennard. Over Felton. Kennard's shot is off. Here's Oklahoma City. Good momentum, 8 straight points. And George kicks it over to Schroeder to the inside. And slam dunk by Noel.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
The Pistons trailing. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And Dennis Schroeder, a.k.a. Dennis the Menace, remember coming over from Germany, has been a great slasher and an attack point guard who likes to get around the rim and challenge some bigger defenders.
And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Schroeder against Smith. Back to Lure. Shoots over Schroeder. Lure can't hit. And with Schroeder, his ability to cut back, Brent, with the ball is what makes him a great playmaker.
He plays some games around the screen, and his vision has improved. Being in that system, some predictive passing has helped him along. And he still has some flash and flair to his game. I like to see it when he plays with that kind of confidence.
Now, here's George. He's got 22. Schroeder kicks to Patterson. In the corner, it's Felton. Back to Patterson. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Yeah, it's a disappointing sequence of plays. Absolutely inexcusable turning the ball over like that.
Here's Kennard. He's covered by Felton. Kennard kicks to Smith. To the inside. Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got the game tied up here for the Pistons.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Oklahoma City.
And George with the stuff.
Paul George rising up. Nice to see a little bit of that return to the younger days from PG.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Now, here is Robinson. Back to Smith. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Kennard's shot is off.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Now Robinson after the missed 3 from Dennis Schroeder. Robinson kicks to Kennard. .131 left in the third quarter of the game. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Kennard's got 6 points in the quarter. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Pass to Noel. Outside, Felton. Schroeder outside. Right side, Felton. Here's Noel. Makes it off the glass. Noel's got 8 points.
Bucket earned, out muscling and out hustling everybody for the rebound.
Kennard, the pass to Lure. Here's Kennard. He's covered by Felton. Lure. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to really good clock management, and you want to maximize each of your possessions.
And Noel kicks to Patterson. Felton against Lure. Now, here's Felton. Defense is right there.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
And here's George for 3. Some solid defense from Robinson. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Thunder out in front as they end the third quarter on a 14-4 run. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So for Oklahoma City right now, Dennis Schroeder is out there with Felton. Then it's Paul George, and then there's Steven Adams, and it's Noel in at the 4 spot. Now here's Felton, just 3 to shoot. George, no good. Noel against Griffin, and it's sent back by George.
You can't toss up the weak stuff around Paul George. He sees it coming and uses his reach to get to it.
Here's Schroeder. He can't get that one. And Detroit the other way now. Griffin draws the double. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's the Pistons now. Pachulia finds Griffin. Here's Kennard. And right through it goes. Kennard's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Pistons. The Thunder shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Schroeder against Smith. Schroeder passes to Noel. No one near Felton as he lets it go. Drills the three-pointer. And the Thunder lead by 3.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Smith kicks to Griffin. Over Noel. Griffin's shot is off. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Took him no time at all on that one. Now it's a 5-point Oklahoma City lead.
Right now they're winning because of him. Love the shots that he's taking, and he's got the green light.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And finished off by Robinson.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Detroit. Reggie Jackson comes in for Smith. And then for Oklahoma City, Grant comes in for Nerlens Noel. And it's Andre Robertson in for Raymond Felton. Here's Schroeder. Makes it off the glass.
Trying to get more confident shooting from the interior. Schroeder wants to keep adding some elements to the offensive end of his game.
Jackson kicks to Bullock. Pass to Pachulia. Outside Griffin. Passes it to Kennard. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got 4 assists now tonight.
Such a stellar passer for his position. Griffin has an uncanny ability to find guys in the spots where they can be effective.
Now here's Schroeder. Here's George. And a little luck that time, but it drops. George has got 12 points here in the second half.
Nice job operating in the mid-range, using his size advantage to rise up and fire over the defender.
Jackson kicks to Griffin, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Detroit making a switch here. Drummond's checked in. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Russell Westbrook's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Westbrook dishes to George. There's the pass to Grant. Here's Adams. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Griffin looking around. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. He gets that one. Griffin's got 27.
You have to do better than that. Griffin is a pro at muscling in those difficult shots.
And Adams kicks to Grant. Pass to Robertson. Back to Grant. Shot clock at 6. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
Yeah, Grant not flustered with that. Staying with it around the basket. Ignores the defense and scores.
Grant against Jackson. Now here's Griffin. He's covered closely. Left side, George. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
And Paul George put his defender in the blender right there. Tough for him to guard that kind of possession.
First one falls for him.
Think about Paul George in his second year in the NBA being named the most improved player. He's just gotten better from that point. And you don't have to win an award every year to prove it.
And both free throws good for Paul George. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Yeah, he's just torching them right now. A good decision to huddle up, kind of hit the reset button, and figure out how to slow his roll.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin, well, Dwayne Casey just going over the game plan with his team down the stretch. He told them, now's when you turn it on. Leave them in the rearview mirror. I know we can put these guys away. We'll see if they can deliver.
To the paint, it's tipped. Outside for Jackson. Now here's Drummond. Pistons passing it around. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Jackson.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
And you have to be. That's the approach you always want. Don't settle for the jumpers. Pound it inside.
Oh, he's just flexing his muscles on that slam.
Oh, he wanted these people to hear that one. He kicks to Bullock. Bounce pass from Drummond. And he drops it in from the low post. Griffin's got 10 points in just the second half.
Yeah, you can see that combination of size and skill. And Blake Griffin right now on a roll.
No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 4 assists in the game. Jackson finds Drummond. Griffin passes to Kennard. That one drops for him. Kennard's got 19 points. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. They've led by as much as 10. Fires the 3. Detroit with the rebound. Griffin's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Now here's Bullock. Defended by George. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bullock. And Adams sends it back. And he gets it back. Yep, it goes. And the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to just 3 on the basket from Bullock.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Westbrook against Jackson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Every night that I get a chance to be called to do a broadcast and sit here courtside, I appreciate it so much to be able to watch Russell Westbrook this close. The combination of his motor and incredible talent, it's an all-time sort of run he's on, and great to watch it.
That one is off. Brett, we've heard people say that Russell Westbrook is not a superstar. What are your thoughts on that?
How old are these people you're talking to, Kevin? And really, how much basketball have they watched? Russell Westbrook is the elite of the elite.
And he sinks the second.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. It's George on the wing. Back to Westbrook. And stolen by Drummond. And here's the fast break. Here's Kennard. Lobbed up there for Drummond. An emphatic LU jam.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Westbrook kicks to George. Shoots over Bullock. That misses off the backboard.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Here's Robertson. Well, we see Andre Robertson making his return from the ruptured patellar tendon of winter 2018.
Just how disruptive was it for Billy Donovan and the Thunder to lose Andre Robertson last year? The numbers were staggering in terms of the defensive rating when he was on the floor, just how good they were. And the guy averages less than 5 points a game for his career, but his impact defensively cannot be understated.
No good on the free throw. And 6'7" swingman Andre Robertson out of the University of Colorado, one of the league's premier defensive specialists.
And Kevin, there's a reason he started for most of his career, and it has nothing to do with his shooting. Now returning from that ruptured patella tendon, will he regain that elite defensive form? Only time will tell.
That's off as well, so he misses both.
Well, there's no doubt he's known for defense and rebounding, but you have to admire the work Robertson has put in improving his shooting stroke.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
One shot, gentlemen.
Thunder trailing by 3. Westbrook finds Grant. Pass to George. Bullseye. George has got 34.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Jackson dishes to Griffin. Outside for Jackson. 4 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
Here's Robertson, and it goes down 2 points.
Robertson slicing through the defense, and that's all because he's staying active.
Jackson from long range. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They've led by as much as 10. George passes to Grant. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Andre Drummond picks one up.
All the officials are all over that one.
He misses the free throw.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today. And unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
No good on the second free throw. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. It's a 1-point game. Here's Jackson. They get the rebound. Griffin trying to get open, and it's Drummond missing.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Robertson kicks to George. Drummond working against Adams. And that one hits back iron. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Shots good by Kennard. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Adams finds Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Outside, George shoots over Bullock. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Passes it to Kennard. It's tipped. It's stolen by Adams. Robertson the pass to Westbrook. A stupendous finish in traffic. Westbrook's got 6 points in the quarter.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
Now here's Griffin. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Whoa, just got too aggressive. You've got to play smart. Got to it on the way down, and that's a big whistle.
One shot, gentlemen.
The free throw off from Griffin. Oklahoma City trailing. Inside, shoots, and Westbrook gets it to go on the assist from Robertson. Westbrook's got 11 points here in just the second half. And, well, Detroit shooting around 41% on the night. Jackson kicks to Griffin over Grant. And Detroit again with the bucket.
And that is clutch. Griffin always ready to take the big one.
1:07 left in the fourth. Oklahoma City shooting here about 46% for the game. The pass to Westbrook. Over Jackson. Will not go. This is off the front iron. From the wing. And it's Bullock missing. Outside, George. Grant outside. And Robertson has it in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. Unloads from 13. The kick out to Westbrook. Cans the three.
Oh, shocking there. That one's amazing.
Well, you play your heart out all night long, and then just 1 or 2 shots at the end decide the outcome.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They trail by 2. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
I really like when you run plays that have options, get to either one, and take the best shot available.
Here's Griffin. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
And the first of 2, no good, heartbreaker.
Westbrook, former MVP, a remarkable combo guard, and we know he does a little bit or a lot of everything.
And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 3. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Well, it really depends on what's available, so we'll see how the defense lines up here.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth. Jackson in the corner. Misses the 3. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
It's Drummond, high post. The 3, no good.
Well, Westbrook out there playing defense like an interior decorator, draped all over him.
So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.